Hello friends, it's Stephanie from Behind the Designs, and today I'm going to be doing my May currently and month page setup for May in my memory a day or creative journal in my happy planner. So I decided that I'm going to again start trying to use the stickers and get this done because I I don't have a whole lot of sticker kits left, but I still have a significant amount, and this is kind of the only kind of month mostly that I decorate. Sometimes in my other one I don't decorate the month, so we're going to dive in and do this. I have some colored pens that I pulled out that I think kind of just fall along the color theme. Which ones I use I don't know, but I've got them. I've got some washi tape that may or may not work. Again, this is technically a planner kit, and although I'm not planning in here, it's more for memories. I'm going to try and make it all work. So I also have this, it's a project life card, if I remember correctly. And so I'll be decorating this. And then here's the kit. So I'll be outright with this that this kit for me is old enough that I don't even know if the shop is still in business. I didn't even look before coming on. But here's the shop. And it's over on Etsy. And again, I don't know if it is or isn't, so don't hold me to that. So first, what I'm going to do is start off in my month. And I have the currently page that I kind of pre-started. I'm just going to set that aside only because I'm not ready for it. And I want to see how this one turns out first. So, I'm trying to get back into the groove after the holiday. It's busy enough, crazy enough, and so here we are. I had a whole other idea for this, and it didn't pan out. So let's see what we could do with this. We have some tabs. I think these are tabs. Yes, okay. And some decorative elements. Again, some blocks, some little icons, a few page flags. So, I'll kind of be scattering these around. Not necessarily will they have a purpose or reason as to why I put them where I put them, but that's how I'm going to go with it. So let's see if I can get myself some more room to get working. All right. I know I say all right, all right. Excuse me. I am still getting over my cold just a little bit, so I'll try and do my best to remember to maybe clear my throat. Well, not in your ear, so I apologize in advance for that. And I just shifted everything. So to start off, I think I'm going to go ahead and take these lines out. Just because I usually do something in this area, whether it's a quote or, something. And whether I use these or not, I don't know. But for the most part, it's a nice big open box. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this. Now, the other thing too is that I'm finding that, as you know, I've gone to my, I've brought back in on the side my traveler's notebook. And, I've kind of noticed that I've been leaning towards that for various reasons. So I don't know how long I'm going to do this memory a day or creative journal. I might continue it. I love how it turns out when it's all written in and you can flip through it. I love that. But maybe it's spring, but I just feel kind of in flux with my setups and, what is working for me. Again, you should, choose your planner and your planner methods based on really the season of life you're in. So if, you're finding something isn't working, you should definitely try out something new. I think the one thing I would probably never, like trying new is rings. I don't know that I would ever do rings again. So that's probably not going to happen. So I'm looking here to see if I need to cover this up. So as you can see, again, it's a planner kit. So there's like schedule, goals, and I could be wrong, but this may have been for a traveler's notebook. I've had it for a really, really, really long time. So I don't know. I'm going to cover it up for the moment. Even if I don't use it for notes, so I'll just cover it up. And then we don't have to worry about it. So anyhow, I've been, in influx. I've been trying to decide what system's going to work best for me. Do I want to use both, a mix of both? Not at all. I don't know that I'd ever not at all do a planner, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think these are washi strips here. Yes. Okay. So those might be good up in that box. It hangs over just a little bit, but that's okay. I think I can make that work. Okay, so let's start out with, oh, and I have some more washi over here. So you can see how small these boxes are. I'm quite certain this was when I was doing traveler's notebooks, because they're way too small for a Happy Planner. So let's do this. I know that there are certain dates I had to pull out and see what they were that I'm going to need these boxes on. I could do these tabs as well. So let's do a layered thing. Let's start there. That's always the easiest thing. Start with what you know. So let's see, we do have pink and blue. So I think I have 2 birthdays. Perfect. So this is what I'm going to do. So let's take a blue one. Are they all different sizes? Let me see. This is how long I've had them. Nope, they're all one size. Okay. And I forgot my tweezers. All right. I feel like, with the holiday, we had our holiday and then I forget things. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these 2 together. So let me see if I want to layer this under or over. I think under. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it because I don't want it to go all the way to the end. I only want this partial. So let's do that. Let me get this off before it sticks. Okay. And we'll just put it back on here. I may use it. Now, if you recall, in this particular layout, I always write in the squares. So I am going to, in this case, I'm going to cover up this holiday. And for no reason other than I'm just trying to preserve space for what I need to do. All right, and then we're going to come down from here. Okay. All right, so there's one birthday. And then same thing. I'm going to take this, cut off a portion. Let's see if I can make it the same length. There, leave it there. We'll grab the box. All right, so this birthday is the 15th. So again, I want to put this to the bottom. I hope if you celebrate, you had a nice Easter. We did. It was, quite busy. As you probably already know, anytime you have any kind of family gathering, it's just, busy and sometimes chaotic. And that's just the way it is. So let's see, I've got 4, 8. So let's do this. I'm going to stagger these. So here's what I'll do. And this is rhyme or reason. I don't obviously know what's going to happen in May, but what I'm going to do is on the days that have these, I'm going to do like 3. So, 3 memories of that day or 3 quick thoughts of that day or something of that nature. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put, let's start here. Random thoughts. Do I have matching? I do not. I was wondering if I had enough of these quotes, but I don't. Okay, so let's just continue with this. So we're kind of having, a nice sunny day for once. And so, got outside, got a walk in. And it's just nice to hear the birds singing, the trees blooming. All right, so we're going to go down. I'm just going to go down the line. Let's skip this because then I only have 2 more. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do over here. Again, as I said, no rhyme or reason. I'm just basically trying to use up as much of this sticker pack or sheet as I can. And I'll make it work for me. Since this is that type of setup, I'll make it work. So let's kind of skip a day over here. Oh, should I do 2 pink and then 2 blue? Or pink, blue, pink, blue? So many choices. So let's see. So if for nothing, I hope this, kind of encourages you to pull out your stickers and use the stickers you have. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I've got 1 more. And then 4, last one over here. Okay. Now I do have this big sticker here, but I think where I put that is going to be dependent upon where I'm putting this washi. So let's do that first. Let's do this. I think for this washi, it's just so pretty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of stagger it. Okay, so over here, I'm going to get out my little trimmer and we're going to cut a little line. Since I can't cut a straight line either, let me do it this way. I can't draw a straight line. I can't cut a straight line. I struggle. Okay, let's give this a pull. And then let's carry this one over to this square. Okay. I love to stagger the look of washi. I don't know, to me, I just like how it looks. And then, is this just as long? Well, of course it is. It's on the same sheet of paper. So here's what we're going to do. Again, I'm going to stack this. Stack or stagger? What do I want to do? Or do I want to like bring it down on top a little? Seems like a waste if I... Let me stack it. I'm getting out my old pliers. I don't know what tweezers. Those, I don't know, for some reason, they're kind of hard to grasp onto. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to cover up this really pretty image. So this is what we're going to do. And then instead of making it straight, why don't we stagger this one this way? Let's see if I could do this. All right. We'll hold on to that. I'm going to use it. And And let's go just a little past this. This one didn't work out so well. So let's try just using my good old-fashioned ruler. Okay. So this one kind of tore like it was paper. So that kind of, well, it is paper, but it tore and it kind of gave it a nice little edge. I have got one of these little stickers. Sorry, that may have jiggled the camera. Okay, so what I want to do over here, because this one ends kind of abruptly, is I want to use one of these. Let's use this. In fact, I actually think I'm going to trim it anyway, because I hope it comes up. Sometimes after you stick them down, you know, they really stick down. Maybe it didn't cut. Let's give it a bit more angle. Oop. Maybe I can try cutting it correctly. And it's not coming up. All right, let's see. This one's kind of sharp, so let me set this back here for a sec. Let's see if I can get this off, period. Let's see. I don't know, it seemed pretty sticky to me. Okay, I'm going to have to junk that. And I'm going to take this all off. I'm going to do something else. Oops. Like, this is super sticky. I definitely have to do something there because now it has, like, the paper got pulled. So I feel like I haven't planned. Now, like, it's a struggle. So what I'm going to do instead, I think, is I was thinking of using one of these boxes. How about the polka dot one, which I love polka dots. As you know, let's see. What if I didn't put it? So some of the struggle of fitting, retrofitting, I guess, in a way, the you know, sticker kit, if it's for a traveler's notebook, is just making sure that you understand, like, these boxes aren't going to match this, you know, space exactly. So you got to kind of plan in that way. All right. And then I love this cute little pen. Let's see. Here we go. And then I can jot like a cute little note down in there. All right, so that's fine. I'm going to leave it be. I don't anticipate needing a tracker, but maybe I'll use that anyway. All right. Again, this isn't for this particular style. So this Hello Weekend, I'm just going to kind of put at the top. Go outside of the boundaries. How about that? So we have 2, 2. Did I get that right? 2, 2. Okay. Making sure. Let's see. I do have over here, and I think what I want to do, is this a big box? Oh, these are more like washi boxes. Okay, so I have quite a few boxes and tabs. So how about I do this? There's 3 boxes here. here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do in the sidebar. Let's push that out of the way. I'm going to do this in the sidebar. I can't forget these either. Okay, so we have, I don't want to put that one down just yet. I am going to start to use these. Okay. And I am going to head this area as this and that. So let's do that. Get it? This and that. Yeah, I'm not very funny. All right, so I am going to put this here. Yeah, so see how it's, I got to go the other way because it's not made for this. So I'm going to start it here. Yeah, it's really weird how it's doing that. Let's see. Okay. Well, one thing I can say about this sticker kit is it's super sticky. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this box. You may hear my dog whining in the hallway. She wants me to come out. She hears me in here, but she can't get in here. So let's see, we have, let me try and mix up the colors because there's a lot of the floral pattern boxes, but I want to try and mix it up. So here's what I'm going to do. Go back and forth, and I'm going to kind of just stagger them. Oh, I want to put this to a line. And then we'll do, I want to put this one in the middle. So let's do another, let's do this. Big floral. Okay. Oh, wrong way. I could do that way. No, I don't like that. All right, then let's go back to this side. And then let's get this one in. Now, this one is kind of big, so I think if I have enough room, it's just going to go right in the center. So, okay. And then we're going to go back to, I'm going to flank it with these floral boxes. So let's see, I'm going to go on this side from this end here. Then we're going to go to a pink box. And then this side. Okay. Now, before I go any further, let's see, what have I got on here? Do I have any on here? I have one more. Perfect. It ends in the same way it began. I can deal with that. Let's see. So we are going to go on the opposite side. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Okay. And then what I want to do is take this, and I want to put this on Mother's Day. Let's see, don't I have flags, here we go. To kind of offset this box from that, since it seems to be right in that exact path, I'm going to use one of these little flags just to kind of set this box differently. Okay. And let's see. What else do we have this month? So I think, oops, this came off. Oh, you know what? I'll put that at the bottom. Well, that worked out great. Down here, perfect. I may not even use the washi. I don't know, we'll see. Although, before I forget, I do have the currently page as well. So maybe before I use too many more of these, I'll pull that back over. But before I do that, I think I kind of want to use some of these. I'll use the blue. So let's use the planner, this cup, and let's see where I can fit these in. And let's see, planner, let's try and scatter them around. And then put this here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do before I go too much further. Let me pull over my currently page. I did start this, and here's what I did. My original plan was I was going to do on the sidebar stacked cups, but it kind of didn't work out. Again, no reason. It just didn't work the way I had envisioned. So I am going to put it on my, it kind of has that vibe. It's got teacups in it. So I kind of decided to do that on my currently page. But before I finish over there, let's see. I want to get something in the header up here. And then take this single one over here. Okay, now I'm finished for the moment. And let's bring this over. So I do plan on, you know, like coloring these in or highlighting them. I don't know if I'll fully color in the cup, but like I'll outline like colors within the patterns and so forth, which to my point, there is, let's see, I would need my highlighter. Let's see if this is the color I want. Yes, that'll work. And let's see about this blue. That'll work. Okay. So before I forget what this one cup was supposed to be, let me grab something. Okay. So this one cup has like this little grid up here, and before I got too far, I wanted to make sure that I got this colored in correctly. So again, there's no right or wrong. You can do it however you like. But it's kind of like this checker pattern, so I wanted to be sure I got them in the right spot. All right. I think that was it. Okay. So just so I don't forget what I was doing there. All right, so let's keep going. Oh, here it is. So I've got this one little piece of washi, and I think what I'm going to do, oh, you know what I can do? Let's do this instead. I'm going to put it in the header. I'm just cutting kind of a banner style. It's a little crooked. let's try it this way. Sometimes you get started on an idea and then it just kind of morphs into its own thing. I'm trying not to, it's not working out very well for me, as you can see. So let's try this again on the other side. I can always try and fix it, I guess. The banner part wasn't really coming out right. Okay, not perfect, but it's better. Since I don't do, obviously, priorities in my creative journal, I'm going to cover this with this banner. Okay. And then, since I have these, so in order to do that, I have to wipe this out. So let's go ahead and get those cleared. And then I'll move on while these dry. And I may still take out the line as well. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so again, I don't have plans in this area, so I'm going to use this header again for over here. All right. So I've used all of the washing. Right. Okay. Just checking to make sure. And these are 2 more boxes of washi. Are they the same size? Yeah, same size. All right. Just trying to get a better, if I do that, I think I could do it. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a try. All right, and then it's probably going to be pretty close. I'm gonna try and get this at an angle. It's like super small, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Not terrible. Okay, and then I've got this one here. This little piece didn't, I'll have to use some glue to stick that down. For now, I'm just going to put this on here. All right. So what I want to use in place of these numbers are these flags. So in this case, I will use pink, blue, and the floral. Okay. And as I said, I may have to take out some of that line. Yeah. I kind of thought that. I should have known that before I even finished. All right, let's see if we can't get these cleared. Okay. All right, let's see if that worked. We're going to do pink first. And then the floral. And blue. Okay. And then I'm going to use and instead of doing a number, I'm going to write it in. So this will be 1. Okay. All right. And then where are my stickers? So this is where I'll probably put a lot of these icons onto the month because I do feel like I want to bring in this box. These I probably won't end up doing. These are icons which I was going to use over there. Oh, before I forget, so as you know, I tend to put like photos here. So I'm going to have to overlap them or make this one like a half one. So I think knowing that, I got to keep that in mind. So let me jump, and this is now where I'm going to jump back and forth because I want to make sure I use all the things that I can use and not waste anything. So here's the thing. All right, so here's what I'm using this for. This is going to become a kind of like a flip out or an insert, a mini insert, so to speak, of the inside the planner. Where's my tab? All right, so before I put this down, I need to see how much room I got. Let's just kind of set it back here. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I am going to put this, I think, at the bottom. Okay, so this will be like the tab I can flip it with. And then this, I was going to put at the bottom, but now that that's there, I'm going to put it at the top. And all it's going to do, and because it happened when I was trying to do the area for the photo, this is going to act as an additional place that I can put like a photo in or something. So that's why I wanted to make sure I got this tab on here. I do want to definitely get some of these florals. Let's see, are these the only ones? Yes. Okay, so let's grab this one. And let's grab this little heart. Let's get these on here. In fact, let me use a picture as a kind of a border to it. Where is that? Here's the box. So I'm going to have a photo here. Let me mark that too. It's just a rough marking of where I think the photo is going to go. Okay. Nope. And then what I'm going to do is put this here. Oops. Okay, that's going to go there. And then I had a few other, oops. I was going to use these, but you know what? Oops, almost. Let's see. I think instead I'm going to use these up here. So let's say I get a picture here and I can get a picture maybe here. So let's mark those as well. Okay. And then I know where to put my pink and blue. And then I can label who is in the picture, what is the picture about. Okay, and then this one, if this one is for that one, I think I can fit this in there. It's going to be a tight squeeze. Let's try. Like it just barely made it. Let's put these back. This one didn't stick down, which was just as the same because I needed to put it in a different orientation. It wasn't quite straight. Okay. So then, okay, that one's a little better. Alrighty. So we've got this here. Let me grab this heart again because I felt like I could get that on the, let's see, it's what, pink? Let's take this little flower and let's put the pink heart. Let's just put this one down here. What else did I have? Let's do this too. All right, and then the little flower. I'm just gonna layer them. It's probably the best I can get in terms of the space. All right, just to kind of give it a little something extra. Okay, so we have this over here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and this. Now, this is going the opposite way. So let me recut this going the other way. Because I'm going to just put this one at the bottom. I don't want to cover up too much of this space because that gives me writing space. And then let's grab this one. And let's put that there. Because this, I think, is going to kind of be something about Mother's Day. That's my intent at the moment. Okay, so we have these two. These are going to get colored in. I have to create a label for this. I'm not sure what I want this to say yet. Okay, let me go back here because I'm going to try and use up as much as I can. So let's bring these 2 pages back because there is all of these cute little dots and I just kind of want to scatter them along the top. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 4 per page. Okay. What do we got? We have the habit tracker, which again, I don't anticipate using. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back here because I have an idea. And I'm going to see if I can make it work here. I was thinking about like doing like how often I was able to be creative that month. I just thought that would be a good way to do things. And okay, so we have our little icons left. We have a flag. Let's put these up here. These I don't plan to use. The today flag I don't plan to use, although I will hold on to it because if on any one of these days I had a specific like memory or thing I wanted to write down. I could say today. I could put the flag on there for today. And I may just randomly put that on there. But let's grab these. Okay, so these I anticipate not using. These I'm going to use some more. These, at the moment, I don't have a use for it. I may pull them in as I start to fill this in. But right now what I've got is my icons. Let's separate this. There we go. Okay, so I think all I'm going to do with these is I'm going to kind of scatter them around. I'm going to give over here some of the look that's going down the border here, or the column there. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know, the other thing this month is Memorial Day, so that may be, this will probably be Mother's Day something, and then on here will be Memorial Day. That's what I'm thinking right now. This goes this way. Okay, so where am I? I got this down here. Let's throw this one here. I'm just trying to give it a visual look, like where I'm kind of blending it in. I'm going to put more over here. Okay, and then I am going to do just what I said I was going to do. I'm going to pull this in, and I'm going to randomly say today. And then I still have a few flags here, which again, I will hold on to. I may end up using it to fill it in, but let's do this. Okay, I think I've got everything, right? Let me clean up. Okay, so I went ahead and I've cleaned everything up. I have like a few extra stickers that I will maybe use, maybe not. I mean, I try and use them all. It just doesn't always work out that way, but I've got it in my, it'll be contained within here now. Month, I love this little column because I can write like tiny memories, I guess you'd say, throughout this whole column, and then I can still do my memory a day. I've got a box up here. These are certain birthdays, and I've got this adorable little tab that's going to go in the month where I can make a memory about Mother's Day. And then I also have this where I can do my top 3 memories, 2 pictures, which will probably be Memorial Day, and then I've got my teacups that I have time. When I have time, I can do some adult coloring. What I am going to do before signing off, this one might be a long one. I'll try and edit out as much as I can. Okay, so I went off to do a little bit of repair. It wasn't kind of cutting the way I needed it to. So I'm just using my little spatula to kind of make sure this is all flat and down. And see how cute that turned out? Yeah, I really love that I did the washi tape on that. Okay. And then the other ones, you know, for the other cups, I'll kind of pull in all the colors that go with it. But here we are. So we have our monthly, or currently page, I should say, for a memory a day. And then I won't put these exact, you get the idea. Okay, and then we have the month with this for Mother's Day. Let's see if I can mostly get this all in. Okay, so there you go. So I have my currently page, my month, and a little tip-in that is going to hold Mother's Day, Memorial Day, 3 memories, and then I've got like a boatload of areas in the sidebar to be able to do like micro memories. And then also the month where I do a full memory. And on these days, I'm going to do like a quote or a top 3 or just like 3 micro memories of that day. So there you have it. One kit that wasn't even for the Happy Planner, and I made it all work. I found a washi tape that kind of went as best as possible. And now I have some adult coloring time to go back and color in some of these cups. So I had so much fun doing this one. A bit of a start and stop, but in the end, it turned out wonderful. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And if you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, just hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. And that is it for today.